Tollgate Judiciary panel has been queried by federal government of Nigeria over its reports, which claim that family members of those killed during the EndSARS protests were afraid to speak. This was made known on Tuesday by the Minister of Information and Culture, Report Mohammed, wondering who would be compensated since the families of allegedly killed EndSARS protesters failed to appear due to fear. He called on the Judiciary panel to convince anyone that the names of some casualties of the Lekki Tollgate incident listed as numbers 3, Jide 42 years, Tola 43 years, and Wisdom are not fake names. If they are not fake names, he said even girls have owners if they do not return home, not to talk of human beings. The panel was silent on the family members of those reportedly killed, merely insinuating they were afraid to testify. Even girls have owners who will look for them if they do not return home, not to talk of human beings. Where are the family members of those who were reportedly killed at Lekki Tollgate? He's asking a question here. If the panel is recommending compensation for the families, what are their identities and their addresses? Who will receive the compensation when no family members have shown up to date? How did a man who reported seeing the lifeless body of his brother himself end up being on the list of the panel's deceased persons? How can a judiciary panel convince anyone that the names of some casualties of the Lekki Tollgate incident listed as number 3, Jide 42, Tola and 43, Wisdom are not fake names? Why did the judiciary panel feel compelled to correct a massacre in context? Nigeria is a joke. Alright, he said, let me repeat that again. He said, why did the judiciary panel feel compelled to concoct a massacre in context as a euphemism for massacre? A massacre is a massacre. What is massacre in context? The report never mentioned cases of police personnel who were brutally murdered or the massive destruction of police stations, vehicles, etc. during the EndSARS protest. Does this mean that the panel did not consider policemen and women as human beings? According to the minister, the report by the Lagos State EndSARS Judiciary Panel failed to make any recommendations on the innocent persons whose businesses were attacked and destroyed during the protest in Lagos. I think it was too busy looking for evidence to support his conclusion of massacre in context, Mohammed added. Oh my God, everyone knows that this Buhari government is just bloody government carried out the Lekki massacre, but assuming that the Nigerian government is able to cover up the Lekki massacre, how is it going to cover up the massacre of hundreds of Shiites? How is Mad Buhari going to cover up the massacre of hundreds of IPOP supporters? Too many lives has been wasted by this man called Buhari, such that it's practically impossible to deny them. Someone just dropped that. The best minister of Nigeria ever witnessed. Situation getting worse every day. Let us go back to our roots and apologize to our ancestors. I am sure Amadi Oha and Ogun will not afford to sit down and listen to this kind of, rubbish. Lai Mohammed will receive the compensations if the families of the victims did not show up. I hope he is okay. One of the witnesses was attacked and butchered, and you expect a grieving family to show up after the initial attack last year? That is not possible. Calling on all media warriors agitating for self-determination from the British colonial of Nigeria to storm the BBC News Facebook page. If they don't report us, we will report ourselves on their page. Make sure you post constantly about the atrocities that the British government is committing using Fulani jihadists in Nigeria every minute of the day. On every of their new posts, it is time to educate British citizens and let them know that the foreign policy of their government in Nigeria is genocide and not the development and prosperity of Nigeria. Alright, someone just dropped that. Okay, the truth will finally come out. If federal government and Lagos state government attack themselves, the truth is that this is the reason why people does not want to come out to own up, that my son or my daughter got missing or died or whatever because of intimidation. You will get arrested. We all know that. You go leave the one when they talk on the judge waiting, you won't talk again. So you see, this is the kind of leaders we have today. This is why we are suffering. We know that this government, they can never hold up to that. They will always find a way, to come out. They will always find a way, to cover their mistakes and their failures. Everyone makes mistake, but what makes you a real man is when you make a mistake, you realize that you have made a mistake. Then you restrict your step and apologize. Life goes on. But for you to constantly denying the fact, even when it is everywhere, the whole world is seeing it, you are still denying it. This man where he's going to is closer to where he's coming from. You understand? I don't think what is playing out just now because of his office, because of job, is good for him. If you don't receive it today, you will get it tomorrow. This is not right at all. This is just re-intimidation. That is what is playing out. I'm dropping it here, guys. What's your take? Kindly share your thoughts with us below the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you have not, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much for stopping by. Bye for now.